been unleashed in a single moment. Not by war, not by disaster, but by one simple choice. A decision that seemed small, almost harmless, yet carried consequences beyond control. In a time when gods shaped the fate of humanity, where every action echoed through eternity, there was a secret, sealed, hidden, waiting for the right moment to be revealed. And at the center of it all was her, Pandora, the first woman, created not just to exist, but to fulfill a purpose no one around her could truly see. This is the story of the moment everything changed, and how something as human as curiosity was powerful enough to unleash chaos. Long before Pandora ever existed, the world of humans was completely different. There was no disease, no suffering. Pain itself was unknown. Humanity lived in a quiet balance, protected, yet limited. And then one of the Titans chose to change that. Prometheus refused to watch humans live in darkness, without knowledge, without progress. He saw something in them that even the gods ignored: potential. And so, he did the unthinkable. He stole fire from the heavens and gave it to mankind. Fire was not just warmth, it was power, technology, evolution. It was the beginning of civilization. But there was a price. Zeus was not just angered, he felt challenged. To him, this was not just theft, it was a threat to divine order. Prometheus had given humans something that brought them closer to the gods, and that could not go unpunished. But Zeus did not want a simple punishment. He wanted something deeper, something that would mark humanity forever. And so, he began to design a revenge unlike anything ever seen before. And this is where a figure often overlooked becomes essential to the story. Epimetheus, the brother of Prometheus, also a Titan, but completely different from him. While Prometheus was known for thinking ahead, for planning, for seeing consequences before they happened, Epimetheus was the opposite. His very name means the one who thinks after, impulsive, emotional, someone who acts first, and only later reflects on his choices. And that is exactly what made him the perfect piece in Zeus's plan. Before his punishment, Prometheus gave his brother a clear warning. Never accept gifts from the gods. Never trust Zeus. But warnings are not always enough, especially when the heart speaks louder than reason. Epimetheus lived among humans, watching this new world begin to change thanks to fire. He was not cruel, not evil, just not as strategic as his brother. And because of that, Zeus chose him as the gateway for his revenge. To execute his plan, Zeus ordered the creation of something entirely new. Not a monster, not a weapon, but something far more dangerous. A woman, Pandora. Every god contributed to her creation. Athena gave her intelligence and skill. Aphrodite granted her beauty and irresistible charm. Hermes gave her persuasion and planted within her the seed of curiosity. Pandora was not just beautiful, she was impossible to ignore. Her presence drew attention, created fascination, built instant connection. She seemed perfect, and that was exactly what made her so dangerous. But there was something more, something even she could not fully understand. Inside her, there was a constant pull, a quiet restlessness, a need to know, to understand, to discover. It was as if something inside her was always asking questions. And along with Pandora came an object, a box, simple on the outside but filled with mystery. She did not know what was inside. No one did. But there was one rule, clear and absolute: never open it. When Pandora arrives in Epimetheus's life, everything changes. The moment he sees her, he is captivated, her beauty, her presence. Something about her holds him completely. And in that instant, Prometheus's warning fades away. He accepts her. He accepts the gift. And without realizing it, he accepts the fate that comes with her. The box becomes part of their lives. Always there, silent, still, but impossible to ignore. At first, Pandora resists. She looks at the box, feels the weight of its mystery, and steps away. One day passes, then another, maybe more. But curiosity does not disappear. It grows. It feeds on silence. The more she tries to ignore it, the stronger it becomes. What is inside? Why must it never be opened? What could justify such a strict rule? Her mind begins to create possibilities, scenarios, answers, and each answer only makes the need to know even stronger. Epimetheus notices her unease. He tries to calm her. He tells her it is not worth it, that some things are meant to remain unknown. But even he cannot explain why, because he does not know. And that lack of answers only makes everything worse. Pandora does not want to disobey. She does not want to cause harm. She just wants to understand. And sometimes, that is where everything begins. And then, the moment comes. A quiet moment, almost ordinary. Epimetheus is not there. The world feels still. The box sits in front of her. Pandora steps closer. Her fingers brush against its surface. Her heart begins to race. Her mind tells her to stop, but something stronger keeps pulling her forward. She grips the lid, takes a breath, and then she opens it. In that instant, everything changes. A dark force bursts out of the box. Sounds that should not exist. Screams, whispers, pain, spreading like an invisible storm. Disease, fear, suffering, envy, anger. Everything that had never existed among humans is suddenly unleashed. Pandora panics, tries to close it, but it is too late. The evil is already out, already everywhere. Desperate, she finally slams the box shut. Silence returns, but the world is no longer the same. And then, something happens. A faint sound, soft, almost unnoticed, still inside the box. Pandora hesitates, but this time, her movement is different. Not impulsive, not driven by curiosity, but careful. She slowly opens it again, and something small, delicate, rises from within. It is hope, not overwhelming, not powerful like the chaos that came before, but enduring, resilient, something that does not erase suffering, but allows it to be faced. And in that moment, even after everything, humanity is not left empty. There is still something to hold on to, something that keeps the world from falling completely into darkness. And so, the story of Pandora is not just about a mistake. It is about consequence, about choice, and about what remains after everything goes wrong. Because in the end, it was not evil that defined humanity. It was the hope that stayed behind. And now, think for a moment, if you were standing there, in front of that box, told never to open it, but never told why, would you resist, or would you make the same choice?